Let me ask you something. Are you one with the Force? Is the Force with you? If not, you probably have some serious issues, and we want to help. Call the following toll-free number, and remember that hope is only several payments away. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Xaereth Prevails. Today, I want to talk about some really cool teams that we're going to be able to use, or more like datacrons that we're going to be able to use in the next set. I'm working on the infographic for the next set. That'll be out tomorrow, and I'll do the full breakdown of that and release the infographic, all of that stuff. But today, I just want to show you 3 different datacrons that are just pretty crazy. They're nuts, and I'm excited to show you guys all of them, all about them. First, huge thanks to my patrons. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for all of your support. Truly appreciate every single one of you. And if you want to support this channel for free, folks, all you've got to do is hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, comment, mount the algorithm. It's great, folks. Try it out. It's free. I mounted twice last night. It was wonderful. Now, let's get to the video. First, we've got a video from Surgical Precision. I've gotten a little bit of help from some people to show me what they can do with their current datacrons, because I don't have all of them yet. I do have one really cool one. I'm saving the best for last, so keep that in mind, folks. Surgical Precision is first. He's got the Moff Gideon Cron, which what that does with Empire, it's letting him take all of his defense and turn it into offense. So he's going to hit extra hard, and then he gets to summon a free Dark Trooper, so it's a 6-man team facing off against Jabba with the new cool Jabba Cron. Well, it's not that new at this point, but let's see how it goes here, folks. So, it's a galactic legend, and his opponent does have pretty decent relics, pretty good modding, and of course the really good datacron. And so, is this off-meta going to work? Is the question, of course, because we're not using a datacron with the Scout Cron on it. So, yeah, the Scout Cron is gone. It's dusted. It's no longer a thing. And so you can see the dudes, they're already almost dead. Without the datacron there, they would just be dead. He would have just laid them low. And it's just kind of nutty to see how quickly those characters are just dead. They gone. And so Boosh is gone. Skiffguard Lando will be gone eventually. He's feeling woe be gone. Woe be gone. So yeah, it seems like this is going to be a good Cron. For a lot of people were disappointed with this with Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, and I don't. That's kind of one of my problems a little bit with CG releasing these cool conquest characters and then giving them a Cron, because we don't know how good these characters are going to be until we actually hit them in 4 months or whatever. It's going to take a while to find out exactly what is going on with Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, but I'm pretty sure he'll be good in Territory Wars regardless. I don't know, guys. Just watch this dang video. Stop complaining at me. I can't solve your problems. Okay, I can solve some of them. Tell me what they are, I'll solve them. Just don't actually do that, please. Call the hotline I was talking about at the start of the video. That'll help, I'm sure. Cool. Yeah, I started fast forwarding after a while because it's fairly boring. Once you kill all the ads and it's just Chrysanthemum and his relative thickness, it's just not as interesting. The next one is going to be even more interesting, though, guys. I know that not everyone has Dark Trooper Moff Gideon, or at least they don't have him ready. So, what's the next step? Let's check it out. And this video is brought to you by Canada Fett. It's like Boba Fett, only from Canada. So we've got Chirrut and Baze. They've got the Chirrut Cron, and what happens is Chirrut and Baze ramp their damage like crazy. I'm not convinced that Jin is necessarily needed here. One thing to keep in mind here, let's get this started. One thing to keep in mind here, folks, is that I mean this is a decent Lord Vader team. It's not the ideal one. Like there's no Reva here, right? So I mean. This isn't just us saying, hey, look at this. You can use this as only a Lord Vader comp. It's just we have limited teams available to fight against in the current arena setting. And Canada actually had, I think he had one against Jabba recently as well, which that was super sketch as well. And it worked, but it was like probably not going to be super consistent. But the thing is, Chirrut and Baze, they're going to be just crazy strong. You have to use a rebel fighter lead for Chirrut to work. And the crazy part about this is, well, there's a lot of crazy parts. The rebel fighter lead is going to fake a lot of people out, and we're going to talk more about it on the video that I make tomorrow about the various crons and everything. The thing to keep in mind is, yeah, Mon Mothma is not a rebel fighter. She's too fancy for that. And also, Akbar's friend, Radis, he's also not a rebel fighter. They're too good for it, guys. They're too fancy. And so, and I guess that's fine, but really, Saw Gerrera is probably our best option. There's a couple leads, like you can use Jin lead actually if you really wanted to. You could use Wedge lead, but otherwise, what I think is funny here, guys, while you notice it, is Chirrut is starting to do some crazy damage. And this is with the good stacking defense, Cron, and everything. Chirrut does good damage. Baze is also ramping his damage. And everyone else just kind of stays the same. So Jin is like, hey, I want to play too. And Chirrut's like, no, thank you. We don't need your help. We don't serve your kind here. And Captain Rex is like, what about me? And Chirrut's like, yeah, we did. Just kidding. He faked him out. It was brutal, man. It was not kind at all. People were like, does he have the face of a killer? And Baze was like, no, he has the face of a friend. And Chirrut's like, I don't even care. I'm just still going to be really rude. So yeah, Jin is gone. She's dead. We don't need her. Honestly, Jin would be nice to be able to help revive characters early on. But otherwise, she's not going to be that helpful at least in this comp versus Lord Vader itself. Jin is nice just because she's a rebel fighter who can revive other rebel fighters, but otherwise, we don't need her kind either. And it's just kind of cool to see that fight. Now come with me. I'll show you some cool stuff. Actually, you don't have to come with me. You can just hang out here. This is my own footage, folks. And I created a team that was just trying to get Bando to survive. Kind of just a proofing concept. I don't know if this is the team that we want to use. Probably not. But the idea is, when you get whistling birds, tell you what, let me show you in the game real quick. Whoa, we're in the game. This is madness. This is the game? Awesome. Okay, so here's the thing, guys. Beskar Mando normally doesn't hit super hard with his whistling birds. He can do some cool damage, but there's two really important things here, guys. So the level 3 is whatever. It's probably not going to come into this fight too much, but the level 6 here, folks, is whenever a Mandalorian ally falls below 100% health, they gain a bonus turn. So whenever he gets hurt, he just immediately gets a bonus turn. And then the other piece of it, folks, is after going into what I call poop stance, and he's charging up his whistling birds, then at once he can't be killed when that happens. He can't be ability blocked. He can't be stopped from using them. And what happens is when he uses those whistling birds, every time he hits with it, it deals 20% more damage for each stack of whistling birds that he has. So if he gets up to 5, that's still probably not enough to really build into a massive amount of damage. But once you get to 20, some really crazy amounts of damage can happen. This is also potentially compounded by the fact that we have him on the same team as Cat. So let's Cat's going to give him another 50% offense, but he does some crazy damage here, folks, and I don't know if we're going to use Cat with him in the actual season. Probably not, but this is a really cool team at the very least. So let's get back to it if I can find the right. There we go. There we are. Here we go. So we're mostly just going to be... I have a ton of different instances of this. First off, this is a bad Jabba Cron. It's not one with healing immunity, because it doesn't work against healing immunity Jabba, because it stops them from dying after they hit enough whistling birds. So the idea here is we have dash so that he can do an AoE and get all of the whistling birds charged in one shot. I was too lazy to remod dash, so we kind of have him going too fast for Beskar. And so we just have Cat handing dash the turn here, and then dash does the AoE, so we're at 20 whistling birds. Once Bando gets a turn now, eventually... maybe he'll get a turn. We'll have to see. Can you get a turn, bud? There we go. All right, turn it to 1x speed, just in case it's epic. And they all died, except for the guy with damage immunity. And now, let's just fast forward a little bit, because the rest of it's kind of boring for now. And, yeah, okay, killed Chrysanthemum. That's fine. And I just want to see, can we take out Jabba? It's going to be a little bit tougher because we can't get as many instances of whistling birds. And so, yeah, I don't know why I did the big hit there with Cat. I probably should have just done single basic hits just to get 2 instances of damage from Cat and Rey. But, yeah, I couldn't find any Lord Vaders as high up in Arena as I was initially, so... yeah, we had to find a Jabba with a suspect Cron. Now, we do have the same team versus Lord Vader a little bit down the line. This is somewhere in the 30s, maybe. So the idea is, yeah, we don't want to do the AoE yet. This is a team with Reva. I mean, she's only relic 7. I'm not trying to say that this team is just going to be the very best thing ever, especially because we have a lot of things like Queel is adding a ton of offense right now. So is Cat. And so we don't necessarily. I'm not trying to fake you guys into thinking this is just for sure the most amazing. But last time we had this Cron, it was actually fairly good. See, I used a basic from Rey just to get multiple instances of damage there because we want to get as many whistling birds as we can. We're at, what, 13 right now? Pass the turn to dash so we can do an AoE. Oh, we can't because he had it increased by Maul. So what are we at? We're at 16. Doesn't matter. Still wiped the entire team. Just pure madness. Okay, Lord Vader's about to pop his ult, so I guess it's good to pop ours right beforehand, right? That's pretty wizard, I guess. We can protect someone. Who should we protect, guys? I don't really care. They're all kind of jerks. And then Rey actually just wiped him out on her own. Good job, Rey. All right, let's go. This is a little farther down in Arena. Let's see how this goes. This is also a Reva team with a Relic 3 Reva. Let's keep going, guys. Keep it moving. Oh yeah, I skipped forward kind of a little bit because he's in poop stance right now. He's at what, 16 dots? Something like that. It's okay, guys. We'll be okay, potentially. Just do your basic to get us more hits. See, I'm not doing all the moves that I normally might in this fight. I'm just trying to get a huge stack of whistling birds. Let's see it. Gosh, the whole team besides Lord Vader just dies. It's amazing, and it's true damage, so it doesn't matter how much defense they have. He just nukes them super hard. Now, Rey's ult didn't kill this version of Lord Vader, so now we're going to fast forward a little bit until we get to poop stance once again. Come along now. I guess you can do the AoE, it's not going to get too many stacks for us, but just trying to get as many hits as we can, as many whistling birds as we can, to make poop stance as fruitful as we can. I guess hand the turn to Dash, because he can do 3 hits with his basic. What do we have? 13 whistling birds? Yeah, that's enough to kill him. I think we have at least one more Lord Vader that we can potentially vanquish here, folks. And this is something people used to do with a Dash lead team. I don't know if it's going to work that way this season. I don't know. I haven't tried it. GAC, that may very well happen, but I haven't. Like, stay tuned, guys. We'll probably explore this more often, but for now, I just want to show you guys the proof of concept. And so you notice that we got rid of Queel, added IG 11, and this is a Relic 8 Reva, folks. Relic 8, so she's a little bit better. Higher up in Arena. Just doesn't matter. Nukes the whole team. Remember, it stops people from reviving. So it's kind of nice. Probably what happened, honestly, to Darth Plagueis the Wise. My guess was that he ran into Bando with whistling birds. Bando was like, "No, like stop messing around, man. Like you're kind of irritating me." But he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop, and Bando was forced to take matters into his own hands, into his own birds. You know, just rough times. So where are we at? We have 8 whistling birds. And the turn to Dash, he's able to assist. And then he can assist again. Just do a basic to get a couple hits. Okay, 16 whistling birds. Full health Lord Vader. No match. He's just at 36,000. Was that how much it was for every whistling bird? Pretty impressive, guys. Now we have the final match. This guy only has a Relic 7 Lord Vader, but he has a bunch of Sith on the team. It's just so weird. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about this one, folks. There's Count Dooku. I was like, well, let's just throw it in the video anyways. But, I mean, we're getting feared, which is actually a fairly good way to manage this particular team, at least temporarily. So, yeah, and then Darth Vader goes and ruins everything. He's like, hey, I see you have fear. I would like to remove that from you, if that's okay. And then they're like, yeah, sure, that's fine. Now, probably would normally be popping our ult here, folks, but remember, we're not trying to play optimally, we're trying to play so that we get a huge number of whistling birds. That's our whole goal, guys. That's the only purpose we have in this life. Just get whistling birds. Gosh, Dash, what... How many was that? Oh, we still got 21. Oh, that's right, because we could actually put dots on them because they're not Empire. Right. Go F yourselves. And then Rey, I think Rey just goes in and boop. Yeah. Nice. Good job, Rey. So that was my arena climb today. I don't normally climb the arena, but I did just hop from Lord Vader to Lord Vader 4 or 5 times, and you guys got to see it, and the new whistling birds look really cool. Bando's a character that almost everyone has, and if you don't have him, he's very accessible. You can go get him. I would highly recommend at least getting that. And there's a ton, man, there are so many Datacrons that are going to be so fun this season, guys. So stay tuned for my video tomorrow. We'll break it down, have the infographic, tell you guys the path to success with all of this. But until then, thank you all so much for watching. And remember that in all things, Zereth prevails.